Good day, I'm Lisa Rowe, and this is your JIS News for Wednesday, July 10, 2024. A comprehensive response to coordinate targeted and sustainable relief and recovery efforts was announced by Prime Minister Andrew Holness in Parliament on Tuesday. It's the Relief Emergency Assistance and Community Help REACH program. REACH will focus on the distribution of food and essential supplies and the restoration of utilities such as water, electricity, and telecommunications. It will also provide housing and reconstruction support, as well as economic recovery and restoration of livelihoods.
We are coordinating the continued distribution of food, water, medical sundries, and other essentials to citizens in the most affected areas. And I want to repeat that. The work is going on in the most affected areas. This includes working with organizations such as Food for the Poor, the Salvation Army, and the Red Cross to ensure that aid reaches those in need promptly. Let me also point out that we are focused on dengue mitigation activities to ensure that we do not have an outbreak at this time.
Under the Housing and Reconstruction Support component, Mr. Holness says drone technology is being used to fast-track assessments. The response, he indicates, will be crafted based on the findings, and this will be announced at a later date. In the meantime, the Disaster Assistance and Recovery Team, DART, of the Jamaica Defense Force has been mobilized in communities where major housing stock has been damaged to assist with rebuilding and recovery. DART is being supported by other units, including engineers, to cover areas such as Rocky Point, Portland Cottage, and the south coast of the island.
They will also be deployed in Hanover to assist with the recovery in Hanover, particularly in the town of Negril and other areas coming around to Westmoreland. The deployment in southeast Clarendon will also spill over into areas of Manchester and St. Elizabeth.
According to Mr. Holness, the initiative aims to rebuild stronger and more resilient houses that can withstand future storms.
We do not want to merely put up makeshift structures or patch up roofs in a way that leaves them vulnerable to the next storm. But more than that, Madam Speaker, in some of these areas that have been terribly affected, the longer they stay without intervention, it is the greater the potential for a break in public order. And therefore, we have to plan for that and therefore pre-deploy and pre-position resources to ensure that there is no break in public order.
Meanwhile, members of Parliament MPs will receive a further allocation of $4 million to assist with roof and structural repairs and economic recovery efforts for communities with great needs. An additional $3 million will be given to constituencies where the assessments are of greater damage. As part of early response measures, each constituency was allocated $5 million to assist with emergency relief, such as food and care packages. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says the expenditure of the first allocation must be completed before the second tranche is given. He also strongly recommends a fair distribution of aid and urges the use of record logging for accountability of the disbursement of funds.
The distribution of relief must be done by all members of Parliament who are involved in it in a non-partisan way. There is no color or affiliation in a catastrophe and a disaster. While we must act quickly, we cannot suspend control and accountability of public funds.
Also coming out of Parliament, Prime Minister Andrew Holness revealed that the total damage caused by Hurricane Beryl has so far surpassed $12 billion. Preliminary estimates from the National Works Agency for Main Road Network is 10.25 billion Jamaican dollars, with assessments still ongoing. Approximately 500 parochial roads suffered damage of various degrees, and 200 main roads were blocked and cleared to single-lane traffic. On the matter of health infrastructure,
approximately 38% of our public hospitals sustained damage, including major infrastructural damage, mainly roof damage, requiring relocation of patients. A detailed report, including infrastructure damage to the health facilities of the country, was compiled with the total estimated cost to repair those damage reported to be in excess of 1.8 billion Jamaican dollars.
The Ministry of Education yesterday reported that approximately 100 schools were impacted, with repairs to cost $797 million, and the agriculture sector earlier this week estimated over $1 billion.
Hurricane Beryl has tested our resilience, but it has also highlighted our strength and unity as a nation. Together, we are determined to rebuild not just for today, but for a sustainable and resilient future.
The National Works Agency, NWA, says 95% of roads blocked following Hurricane Beryl have been reopened to at least single-lane access. Communication and Customer Service Manager at the NWA, Stephen Shaw, gave the update during a press conference hosted by the Ministry of Transport on Monday.
We have a few that remain impassable, and we are working to have those treated with as quickly as is humanly possible. Those that are impassable in the main are in the parishes of Hanover, Clarendon, and St. Andrew. We have reopened the roads in the parishes of Portland, Westmoreland, Trelawney, St. Anne, Kingston, and St. Mary. These parishes, as of now, have no corridor that remains impassable. So the team continues to work in St. Thomas, in St. Catherine, in Manchester, St. Elizabeth, St. James.
Mr. Shaw says the agency will be conducting damage assessments of infrastructure island-wide that may have been impacted by the storm.
We'll be inspecting our bridges to ensure that there isn't anything that is not visible to persons just passing by. The abutments, we have to make sure that they're assured. The piers, we have to check on them as well to see whether or not there was any damage, and where we determine that something might have happened, we'll certainly treat with those situations and treat with them as a matter of urgency.
Approximately 6,000 care packages have been distributed to residents of affected communities following the passage of Hurricane Beryl. Minister of Labour and Social Security Pernell Charles Jr. made the announcement earlier today at the weekly post-cabinet press briefing. He says other relief items have also been distributed to the affected residents.
We've provided almost about 800 tarpaulins, 500 mattresses. And this is complemented, as I said, with the aid from NGOs who have also been with us house to house. If you can assist, reach across. Do not wait for a neighbor to ask. Many need the support, but cannot muster up the voice to say, please help me. This is the time for you to step up and to lead in your community.
Minister Charles Jr. also revealed that around 2,000 household assessments have been completed. He indicated that the figure would have been much higher, but assessment efforts were hampered by communication challenges.
For our officers that are going into or who are in Clarendon and some areas of St. Elizabeth, they cannot communicate on either of the providers. And so it has been difficult. So we expect that over the next couple of days, we'll be in a much better position to give more accurate data.
And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Lisa Rowe. Thanks for watching.